So last week we talked about the Drowning Labyrinth quest, which is the dungeon quest, probably to get the catalyst for the finality's augur that Bungie has time gated. Well, with reset today, you can now do the next section of this quest, but spoilers, there's another time gate. So I believe next week is going to be the final week for this quest, or at least I hope it is, but this week you can find 3 more worms and enter a brand new code into the code wall to progress the quest to get ready for next week. In order to do this, you need to have done last week's quest, which you can find by clicking the letter I at the top right-hand corner of your screen. So it's pretty simple. Go back to the hidden base camp at the very beginning of the dungeon and pick up the report where I find it here. This will unlock a couple new symbols on the wall, but we'll get there in a little bit. Now you have to find 3 new worms scattered throughout the dungeon. The first one is going to be before the first encounter. You're going to get to this area where the very first wall that you kind of stand on and it lowers, and then there's a weird like red and white techno tunnel drop thing. In this section, follow exactly where I go. There is a wall that will ask you to interact with it. And when you interact with it, it will lower and let you go in for the 4th worm. Next, you're going to go ahead and complete the first encounter. And in between first and second encounter, you're going to find the 2nd worm for this week and the 5th worm overall. This is going to be in that kind of garbage trash chute tunnel thing. It's like you fall down. It's a giant green hallway with a death thing in the center. At the very end of this hallway, there is another one of those platforms where if you jump on top of it, it will lower slowly and eventually unveil the 2nd room with the 5th worm in it. Then you're going to continue on until after the 2nd encounter where you first get to the giant jump puzzle with all the dead worms around it. In this very first room, you're going to jump on the worm, you're going to hang to the left, go up a couple floors, and tucked away in a corner, you're going to find a shootable door, which will be the 6th worm overall and the 3rd and final worm for this week. Now you need to go enter the corresponding symbols in the wish wall thing at the beginning of the dungeon. If you weren't paying attention, you need to enter Hive Greaves Worm. When you enter this, it'll say something about shifting deep within the pyramid. Now you need to go complete the 1st and 2nd encounters again, and I believe it has to be in this exact same instance. Make your way back to that worm jump puzzle where there will now be a bunch of extra enemies and a bunch of shriekers. Go ahead, clear out all the enemies. Eventually the shriekers will open, kill all of them. Then something called a worm cradle knight will spawn kind of towards the beginning of the jump puzzle. Kill it, it will drop one of the worms from the Broodhold strike back in the day. Someone needs to pick this up and follow exactly where I go. There's a tucked away room hidden on the far side of the jump puzzle. You enter the worm into the wall, just like in the Broodhold strike, it will blow up and you will find the little console that you can scan for the pyramid data for this week. Then you just need to get a checkpoint for the boss, kill him, and the quest will progress. And once again, you'll have to wait for the hidden to file the report and tell you your findings, which I presume will come out next Tuesday, a week from today, which hopefully will be the final week. Let me know if you have any questions down below. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon. See ya.